The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go here at Arrowhead. Here's Smith to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So here come the Chiefs, and that means the three-time Super Bowl MVP, twice the league MVP. Almost hard to believe, Greg, it's season 9 for Patrick Mahomes.
I'll tell you what, Mike, we have a blast every week doing this, but when we get our assignments and we see this guy on deck, it just gets a little bit more special. I mean, to witness firsthand one of the greatest, one of the most transcendent players of all time at the quarterback position, you just know when he's on the field, you're likely to witness something special. And needless to say, I think we're all pretty excited for this one.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 4. They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Give him 14 on that one. First down, KC.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
A first down throw for Mahomes. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And pick up 3 or maybe 4. Josh Metellus there on the tackle.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Third and 6. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll get this one complete to Brown. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
First down throw, Mahomes. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll get about 3 as he's forced out of bounds.
At the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 7. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. To the outside, catch made by Brown. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the first down anyway.
1st and 10 for Mahomes. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest.
And he's in. Travis Kelce, touchdown Chiefs. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So the Vikings come out. Technically it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but really it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen is his ability to display footwork both inside and outside the pocket. And those movement throws, especially in today's NFL, they are so critical. On top of all that, he has a lot of trust in his arm. He's not afraid to attack tight windows. If he can continue to develop, continue to hone this obvious talent, he could really be a special player in this league.
Brings up second down at the 34-yard line.
From the 34, here's 2nd and 4. They run it once more with Jones. And he'll wind his way to about the 38-yard line. It was Jalen Watson who got him down.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's third down.
It's going to be third. They need 1. On 3rd and a yard, it's McCarthy. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Minnesota.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Vikings.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
In motion, it's Jefferson. On the handoff, Jones. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. He connects with Jordan Addison. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time, Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
To the air, on third down is McCarthy. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
So on fourth down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Kansas City sends Nico Remigio back to return. And are they going to mark this out of bounds? They are. It's out at the 1-yard line. What a kick. The Chiefs offense ready to see the football for the second time. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Pacheco. And a good run there to get him 5 yards.
Blake Cashman on the tackle. A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 7-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now Mahomes. Forced out to his right. Off he goes. And he's going to be out of bounds. Up past the 20. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. There he goes again. Ooh! And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on a big scramble. He's able to pick up the 1st down to keep the drive alive.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Here's a 2nd and 12. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And this is going to work out a little better. He'll get 9 on that one, but they're going to need to convert on 3rd down.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game, force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
He's down right at the 40, but that is good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
A gain of 3 yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
And with this field position, Mike, I think you're looking at this like it's 4-down territory. So I think they're able to get it there on 3rd down. But even if he didn't, I think that 3rd down call was all about setting up. If we needed to, we'll go for it on 4th.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And he'll be driven out of bounds, and that's a pickup of 8.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Now it's 2nd and 1. To throw is Mahomes. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Andrew Van Ginkel getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. Mahomes. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Chiefs 1st down.
For a Kansas City Chiefs 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down. Noah Gray, the tight end, was the intended receiver. And it'll be 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw again. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
Another Kansas City.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2. They keep finding ways to keep this drive alive, and they're set up now for 1st and goal. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. That was not what they were hoping for. He's going to go out of bounds behind the line. A loss on that one.
It's a loss of 5.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that 2nd down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will extend to a 10-0 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Chandler now to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Vikings offense ready to take over for their second possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. To the line of scrimmage, that's about all.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison. 12 yards on that hookup. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Vikings.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can hold up in the protection, you're saying run as fast and as far as you can. I'm going to throw it as far as I can, and when you connect, it is a thing of beauty, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. He gets it to go, and the Vikings are on the board. It's 10-7.
Vikings 7.
Riker it out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Nico Remigio to bring it back. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense make their way out to take over once more. With a solid start so far. Touchdown and a field goal on their first 2 possessions. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a 1st down.
At the 37-yard line.
To throw. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. He's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1-yard gain.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Pacheco. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
13 yards.
A pickup there of 13. And the Chiefs have a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Right back to the air from Mahomes. To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. Mahomes connects with Kelsey for a big one. And even 30 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Here's Pacheco. He slowed up quickly as he gets this down to the 6.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Here now, second down and goal. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, Chiefs. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
And Butker on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will get out in front, 17-7. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense heading out for their next possession. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried the first half, it hasn't worked. On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson on that one. 3rd down coming up. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. He manages to get the throwaway and completes it. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
A run. It's Jones. Oh, a loose football. It's pulled in by the Chiefs.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
Mahomes on first down. Working the right side, taken in by Rice.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, it's Worthy. He'll be taken down, but just like that, they are in business. It's first and goal.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over. Now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points.
A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's third and goal. To the air once more, it's Mahomes.
You can tell what the decision is about how they want to approach fourth down by what they call on third down. If that was a run play, then you can bet they were going to go for it on fourth. But because it was a pass, and then they take a sack, I think this coach on fourth down is leaning towards settling for 3.
On fourth down, Harrison Butker on for the Kansas City field goal. This, about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. In motion, it's Jefferson. Up the middle, here's Jones. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Not a great start by this running back here in the first half, Mike. He had a fumble earlier. Now he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to get more out of this run game as the rest of this game moves along.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and inches.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Try and run for the 1st down with Jones. And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet, but they get him down. It's no gain.
A gain on the play. 1st down, Vikings.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. A give now, it's Jones on the zone read. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. That is George Karlaftis. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long.
Just not a lot of plays on that call sheet for the offensive coordinator for 3rd and a mile. So that's a huge sack there that they took on 2nd down. And barring something dramatic happening here, it might have just killed any chance of extending this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Working out of the shotgun, and he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. Here's Ryan Wright now, as he's standing right around his own goal line. Crazy. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Isaiah Pacheco. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at their 49-yard line.
2nd and 10. is Mahomes. Rice open. He's got it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
He runs with it. That is 14 for the second time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a first down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Mahomes. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Mahomes looking to throw on second down. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up third down. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here comes 3rd and 6. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he's in! Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Butker now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Chiefs add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. A return now from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as the clock will stop at 21 seconds to go until halftime.
At the 32-yard line.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's McCarthy. His pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw. McCarthy. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
A gain of
15 yards, the pickup. Good for a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
A short one taken by Hawkinson. Now a signal, timeout called. 9 seconds left to play in this first half.
Brings up 2nd
The
down.
drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. Spotted at the 45. This is a 55-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Vikings cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
And this is really why you want a kicker with a big leg. In these situations, end of half, can you steal 3 points from distance and come away with 3? And really nice job there, right around that midfield logo. It's kind of crazy how it's become sort of routine in today's NFL.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. Here comes Remigio from his end zone. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott, thank you. Second half drawing near. So good to have you back with us here on EA Sports. A very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. Tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Trent McDuffie that time. Not usually a big sack man, but getting the
Mike, to this defense. They remain disciplined on that play-action fake. Nobody bid on it, and quarterback has no choice but to just eat the ball and take the sack.
Third and 7. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Minnesota.
First down, Vikings.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
Right at midfield. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. Off the bootleg, it's McCarthy. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
And the Vikings first down.
They'll run. This is Jordan Mason. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. To the left side here. Caught by Addison. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It's a pickup of 12. It'll be a Vikings first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. There's a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots. And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
To the air on 3rd down is McCarthy. That's taken in. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Vikings are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. It's back out now to kick this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs' offense and Rashee Rice set to take over once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. To start the drive with Pacheco. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only...
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Andrew Van Ginkel. He gets into drop-in. It's a loss of 8.
Well, as they face this possible 3 and out following that second down sack, now if you're the quarterback, you've got to be thinking, get the ball out of my hand, find a matchup I like downfield and try to push this ball past the sticks and keep this drive alive.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Mahomes. A short throw taken in by Kelsey. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. The throw, it's McCarthy. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Chris Jones getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive.
Just simply more of the same, and you're just not going to have a lot of success, Mike, when you're constantly starting drives with 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It's just not a good way to play offense in the NFL, and here we go again.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, it's Jones. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
He's got his man, Jefferson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, it's Worthy. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 48-yard line.
Play action here. Mahomes. And off the deflection. It is taken in. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They get 15 on that game. 1st down, KC.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And that's just an awesome play, especially in the midst of that kind of pressure. The second his head turned around, there was a guy right in his face, but he gets the ball out quick, right as he's being hit, and his guy does the rest with the ball in his hands.
In trouble, and down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 12.
Here's Mahomes. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
That's another
He had 2 touchdowns earlier. Looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Mahomes back. Open man right side is Kelsey. And he's into the end zone yet again. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown Chiefs. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Here's Butker now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Chiefs will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
He'll find his tight end, Josh Oliver. And he'll be ridden out of bounds after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, here's McCarthy. A throw on the move is caught. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They get 12 yards on that pass. First down, Minnesota.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the 4th quarter.
To throw once more, here's McCarthy. He's going to run it. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards and most importantly, a first down.
First down, Vikings.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
A give to Jones, heading right. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
A little surprising to see them keep the ball on the ground, especially given the situation, Mike. I mean, you're trailing. You haven't had a lot of success running the ball up until this point. They need chunk plays. They need to score, and they need to score fast.
Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
On third and long, here's McCarthy. That's deep for the back of the end zone. It was Jalen Watson who got the arm in there to break that one up.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked, and they will turn it over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The Chiefs offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And this is a slight improvement over the previous play. He's not going to lose yardage, but he's not gaining any either. It's third down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on first down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on second down. But now after taking a loss on first and second, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on third down.
After losses on the last two run plays, they face third down and 14. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Ivan Pace. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. The shotgun. It's a throw for McCarthy. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up second down at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision. Maintain possession of the ball.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, as we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They run it once more with Jones. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
So I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
This one is caught by Allison. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
He'll try to run, and he is not going to get there. Short of the marker, and that's going to be a turnover on down. The Chiefs offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. It's Kareem Hunt. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down.
At the 21-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's a run with Hunt. Will be a Chiefs 1st down as he gets this one up past the 30.
And the key to this balanced attack, like the one we're seeing here, Mike, is that everything looks the same. The defense is constantly on their heels as they try to diagnose what play's coming next. That level of unpredictability gives them the edge on any given down.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage. But when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Give up the middle to Smith. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
3rd and 11. Now, carry for Hunt. And that's not going to work at all. He'll manage to get back to the line. That is all. It is 4th down.
Pretty obvious they're just trying to catch the defense off guard. Everyone's thinking 3rd and long. That's a passing down, and we're going to sneak a run in. So give credit to this defense. They were well prepared for both run and pass, and they don't fall for it.
And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. Now, fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point.
The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And I believe a Viking was able to get his hands on it. Yes, he was. Minnesota will keep the ball.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sacked, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
But just think back here in this game alone. How many drives have been undone as the result of their inability to protect the passer? They just can't keep a clean pocket, and they just keep going backwards.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. McCarthy from the gun here, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, it'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings. As he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. Here's Remigio. And it's a good return here, able to take it across the 50, set up the offense with a short field. The Chiefs offense ready to get back at it. And a few kneel downs should do it here. Defensively, they do still have those 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. On the ground, this is Hunt. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
They'll stop it. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
I think a little bit of what's happened here, Mike, is this offense is having some trouble matching the level of physicality of the defense. So physically, they're getting beat at the point of attack, and I think these last 2 plays are a great example why.
On 3rd down, they go with Pacheco. He will be taken down. We'll see if they want to use those timeouts, but this one is about done.
37-yard line. An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. They take care of business here at home to game they were expected to win. They had no problems in the end as they cruise to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Chiefs victorious as we say so long from Arrowhead.